Well, good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Pirate Field for the final game of today's Peach Belt Conference series between Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State. Yesterday, the Pirates and the Cougars played a pair of contests here at Pirate Field, with Armstrong Atlantic coming up with a pair of wins, 10-0 and 3-0. And now we'll have game number 3 between the Cougars and the Pirates as we wrap up this Peach Belt Conference series. Chad Jackson to bring you the action today, as Armstrong Atlantic comes in 31-16 overall, 9-11 in the Peach Belt Conference standings. Columbus State now 24-19 overall and 10-12 in the Peach Belt Conference. The Cougars will turn to senior Anthony Arrington today. Arrington making his 9th appearance and 9th start of the year. He is 2-2 with a 4.66 earned run average. Arrington has thrown 48 1/3 innings pitched, given up 56 hits, walked 15, struck out 41. But the last time Arrington threw on this field, it was 2 years ago. And in an 8-0 win over the Pirates, he was simply dominant. 8 innings pitched, gave up just 3 hits, walked 1, and struck out 7 as the Cougars knocked off the Pirates that afternoon. Arrington was last year 8-5 with a 3.20 ERA, and in 2007 he was an all-region performer and an all-conference performer. He was 8-2 with a 2.00 earned run average. He is a native of LaGrange, Georgia. Armstrong Atlantic will counter this afternoon with junior Thomas Gray. Gray making his 13th start of the year. He's 6-3 with a 2.92 earned run average. 77 innings pitched, 67 hits given up. He has walked 21 and struck out 66. And he would like to shake off the memories of his last start that took place at North Georgia a week ago. The Pirates and the Saints were locked in a pretty good scoreless duel, but Gray got in trouble in the middle innings of that game, gave up a grand slam, and the Saints ended up going on to a 13-1 win. Gray gave up a season-high 6 earned runs in that start and 6 hits in 6 2/3 innings, walked 2 and struck out 5. Like yesterday's first game starter, Jeff Chase, Gray has gone a month without picking up a win. He was 6-1 when he beat Georgia Southwestern on March 22nd, but that is the last win for Thomas, as he will be making his 4th start since that victory over the Hurricanes. And the Pirates hope he can pick one up here this afternoon. The Pirates defensively behind Thomas Gray today. John Roberts will do the catching. Drew Walker will be at third base. Juan Dorado is at short. Carlos Cardozo-Oquendo is at second base. Kenny Kale's at first, and in the outfield from left to right, it's Josh Wilson, Michael Price, and Alex Weish. Columbus State's lineup looks like this. Center fielder Alex Montez will lead things off. Eric Skinner will play short and bat second. Thomas Morrison, the first baseman, bats third. Wes Atkins will play left field and bat cleanup. Aaron Beasley will serve as the designated hitter. He will bat fifth. Brad Bowen, the right fielder, bats sixth. Chris Martin will play third base and bat seventh. Jeremy Slutsky will be the catcher. He will bat eighth, and Jake Lepchitz will play second base and bat ninth. It was another topsy-turvy day around the Peach Belt Conference yesterday. Peach Belt leader Georgia College lost to UNC Pembroke in game number 1, 5-3. The Bobcats came back to win 8-7, but that paired with the doubleheader sweep of USC Aiken over Lander has now created a tie at top of the Peach Belt Conference standings with Georgia College and USC Aiken. Francis Marion trailed Augusta State by 7 runs at one point, came back to win 17-10, and they are 1 game behind the leaders in the standings. Georgia Southwestern and North Georgia split a pair of games. Georgia Southwestern won game 1 4-3. North Georgia won game 2 14-9. North Georgia is in 4th place in the league standings. Alex Montez strides to the plate to lead things off for the Cougars. Columbus State in their blue tops, white pants today. Armstrong Atlantic in their black tops with gray pants. Gray delivers the first pitch, and we are underway. It's a fastball high for ball 1. Well, yesterday the double-header shutout by Armstrong Atlantic was the first doubleheader shutout of a league opponent in 10 years for the Pirates. The last time they pulled that trick was in 2000, April 16th, 2000, when they defeated USC Spartanburg 2-0 and 1-0. That doubleheader was memorable because Joey Williams in the second game of that doubleheader hurled a 1-0 shutout, or no-hitter. That was back when you played 9-inning first games and 7-inning second games in league play. Line drive into center field. It will hang up for Price, and Michael Price will make the catch for out number 1. That brings up Eric Skinner, shortstop for Columbus State, 3 for 8 in the weekend series with a double. He came into the weekend hitting .376 with 18 runs driven in. Gray's first pitch is high for ball 1. Fastball, that's low for a ball. And it brings the count to 2-0. Swing and a pop-up over towards the Columbus State dugout. It will fall out of play for strike 1. The Armstrong Atlantic State men's and women's tennis teams are scheduled to play today in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship matches. The Lady Pirates taking on Francis Marion. The men taking on USC Aiken. USC Aiken was an upset winner last night over the top-seeded Bobcats of Georgia College. They were scheduled to play those matches at noon, but rain in the Jonesboro area has forced the pushing back of those matches, and the teams are hopeful to get those played today. If they can't, play will be pushed back till tomorrow. 3-2 count on Eric Skinner. Thomas Gray with the payoff pitch. Hit into right center field. This is going to drop for a base hit. And Skinner now has 4 hits in the weekend series. And the Cougars have a 1-out base runner for Thomas Morrison, the first baseman. Left-handed first baseman Morrison hitting .318 coming into the weekend. He is 2 for 7 here in Savannah. Gray's first pitch is outside for ball 1. Morrison is a senior from Birmingham, Alabama. Runner goes on the pitch. It's a hit and run. Pirates still have a chance to turn 2. 4-6-3. The double play is turned, and the Pirates get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. No score here at Pirate Field. Bottom of the first inning, Armstrong Atlantic will send Josh Wilson, Juan Dorado, and Alex Weish to face Anthony Arrington. Kenny Cale will bat cleanup for the Pirates today. Drew Walker will bat fifth. John Roberts bat sixth. Justin Harris will serve as the designated hitter. Bat seventh. Carlos Cardoza Oquendo will bat eighth. And Michael Price will bat ninth. Josh Wilson strides to the plate. He has had a good weekend so far, 4 for 8 with a pair of doubles. He is hitting .340 now with a team-high 16 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs. Also leads the team and ranks among the conference leaders in runs scored with 59. Arrington's first pitch to Wilson is low for ball 1. Next pitch is knee high for a strike. Bringing the count to 1-1. And a big swing and a miss by Wilson puts him down in the count, 1-2. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt, but Wilson held up. Arrington's given up better than a hit an inning, but he has struck out 41 and 48 in a third innings. His 41 strikeouts, second on the team, but there's number 42 as Wilson is out on strikes for the first out of the inning. And that brings up Juan Dorado. Pirates shortstop hitting .377. That's now second best on the squad as he takes a strike from Arrington. He is 3 for 5 this weekend with a pair of sacrifice hits, pushing his total to 32. As he fouls off the 0-1 pitch that extends his Division II single-season record and is now just 2 shy of the all-division record in NCAA history. That number is 34. The 0-2 pitch from Arrington in the dirt for a ball. That's 1-2. One-two pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Slutsky will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, which he does. And 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Arrington, who is picking up where he left off, pitching against the Pirates 2 seasons ago here at Pirate Field. Alex Weish steps in. The junior from Macon hitting a team-high .420. 5 home runs, 51 runs driven in. First pitch to him is low for a ball. Weish drove in 4 in the Pirates' 10-0 win yesterday in game number 1. As there's a strike, making it 1-1. Next pitch is inside and low for a ball. Weish has also put together another hitting streak. He has now gotten a hit in his last 10 contests. As there's a ground ball up the middle, that's going to get through for a base hit. So 11 straight games Alex Weish has picked up a base hit, and the Pirates have a 2-out base runner for Kenny Cale. Cale steps in, takes a pitch outside for ball one. Kenny getting 356. 3 homers, 41 runs driven in. He was 4 for 7 in yesterday's doubleheader. Another pitch outside for a ball. Brings the count to 2-0. Beautiful day in Savannah. Rain showers in the forecast, but not until late tonight. As there's another pitch low, and Kenny Cale gets ahead 3-0. Just a few upper level clouds in the sky. Not much wind like there was little wind yesterday in our doubleheader. The 3-1 pitch, and that one's dumped into center field, but coming on and making the grab is Alex Montez for the final out of the inning. And Pirates get a hit, but nothing else. We're through one here at Pirate Field. We're scoreless between the Pirates and the Cougars. Here's 4, 5, and 6 to face Thomas Gray here in the second inning. Wes Atkins, the left fielder, steps in. 2 for 8 in the doubleheader yesterday. With the double, came into the weekend hitting .269 with 9 homers and 29 runs driven in. Thomas Gray's first pitch is in the dirt for ball one. All the other league contests starting at the same time we are starting here. 1 o'clock starts for Augusta State and Francis Marion in their doubleheader. Georgia College at UNC Pembroke, North Georgia at Georgia Southwestern, and Lander at USC Aiken, all single games and all starting at 1 o'clock. The 2-0 pitch from Gray to Atkins is a strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, grounded foul down the third base side. And it's now 2-2. Two-two pitch, little low, taken for a ball. So the count now runs full. Swinging a high fly ball into center field. Price initially went back, now comes in, makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up Aaron Beasley, the designated hitter. Beasley did not play in game 1 yesterday, went 1 for 4 in the second game of the double dip. Came into the weekend hitting .355. Takes a first pitch strike from Gray, making it 0-1. One off-speed pitch, drops in the dirt for a ball. And the 1-1 delivery is a strike on the inside part of the plate, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And Thomas Gray picks up his first strikeout of the game. As Beasley is down on strikes. So with 2 down, Brad Bowen, the right fielder, steps to the plate. 2 for 8 in the doubleheader yesterday. Came into the weekend inning .314. Left-handed hitter looks in at Gray and takes a breaking ball low for ball 1. UNC Pembroke has jumped out to a quick 1-0 lead over Georgia College in the bottom of the first inning. Change up right over the plate. And the count is 1-1. And the next pitch is inside, pops off the glove of Roberts, goes back to the screen for ball 2. Like to thank Dr. Anderson for setting me straight on the Spartanburg doubleheader I was talking about earlier. The Joey Williams no-hitter was actually in '99, not 2000, as there's a pop fly in the infield, right side. Carlos Cardozo Okendo will make the grab, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars. We head to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here at Pirate Field. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Drew Walker, John Roberts, and Justin Harris to face Anthony Arrington in the bottom of the second. Walker had a tough day yesterday in the doubleheader, 0 for 7. He did drive in a run in the doubleheader. He's seen his average fall to .347. 3 home runs and 35 runs driven in for the freshman from Ringgold. First pitch from Arrington is low and outside for ball 1. Completing the thought from last half inning, it was 2000 when the last time the Pirates double shut out a conference opponent. It was B.J. Brinkmeyer and Jason Ackley who had the shutouts in those 2 games against USC Spartanburg. Brinkmeyer pitched the 9-inning shutout in game 1, and then Jason Ackley had the 7-inning shutout in Game 2. 3-0 pitch from Arrington to Walker, and it's a strike at the belt. It's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch, however, is down and away, and Drew Walker trots down to first base. With the leadoff runner on for the Pirates, John Roberts comes to the plate. Freshman catcher went 2 for 7 with a pair of runs driven in yesterday's doubleheader. He is hitting .299 now on the season. Arrington's first pitch. Roberts bunts it back to Arrington. He throws to first, and it's in time. The sacrifice is successful, and Drew Walker is now in scoring position. Justin Harris, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. Getting his first action this weekend against the Cougars. Hits a ground ball to short. They'll go to first for the second out, but Walker moves over to third on the play. So he is 90 feet away. But it will take a 2-out hit from Carlos Cardozo-Kendo if the Pirates want to push across a run. Carlos hitting .246, a homer, 19 runs driven in. Did not play in game number 1 against the Cougars yesterday, but went 0 for 3 in game number 2. Arrington's first pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. The sacrifice hit by Roberts, the 86th of the season for Armstrong Atlantic, giving them, or putting them just 4 shy of the school record, which was set in 1984 when the Pirates had 90 sacrifice hits. Still 10 games to go in the season, as there's a ground ball foul off the bat of Cardozo-Kendo. 100 sacrifices not out of the realm of possibility. Arrington from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch is outside. Nice block by Slutsky behind the plate, as that one sailed a foot outside. Slutsky able to get a glove on it. Now it's Walker might have had a chance to score. One-two pitch, down and away again, and it's 2-2. And again, Slutsky with a nice spear behind the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cardozo-Kendo strikes out, and that ends the inning. The Pirates get a leadoff walk, but nothing else. We are through 2 here at Pirate Field, scoreless between the Pirates and the Cougars. Top of the third inning here at Pirate Field. Scoreless between Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State as we move to the top of the third inning. Chris Martin, the third baseman, steps in. 1 for 4 in game number 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. Thomas Gray's first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Martin hit .316 coming into this weekend. 4 homers, 15 runs driven in. Swing and a miss on the Gray fastball. Makes the count 1-1. Martin is a 6-foot sophomore from Phoenix City, Alabama. One pitch, fouled back to the screen. And it's 1-2. Gray's 1-2 pitch is fouled off again by Martin. Well, fans, tomorrow the Armstrong Atlantic State men's golf team is in action in the 2009 Peach Belt Conference Golf Championships. Fly ball in the left field. Josh Wilson drifts back, settles underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 1. Pirates will be playing in Pinehurst, not at the actual Pinehurst number 2 or number 6, but at one of the other courses in that complex. Armstrong Atlantic trying to strengthen their positioning for a possible NCAA Regionals bid. The Pirates men's golf program has been to 7 straight NCAA Regionals dating back to 2002. Jeremy Slutsky, the catcher, looks at a first pitch strike from Thomas Gray. Slutsky was 2 for 4 in the doubleheader yesterday. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. He had 2 hits in the second game of the doubleheader. Came into the weekend hitting .132 with 5 hits and 38 at-bats. Hits a ground ball to third. Walker up with it. Long throw to first, and there's 2 away. And that brings up the second baseman, Jake Lepchitz, a junior from Atlanta. He played in game number 1 for the Cougars and went 1 for 2. Gray's first pitch is low for ball 1. Our next home action on our webcast comes your way next Saturday as the Pirates host Augusta State for the first game of a 3-game Peach Belt Conference series. As there's a line drive into left field, that is a base hit for Lepchitz. And Columbus State has a 2-out base runner. As we go back to the top of the order for Alex Montez. Pirates will host Augusta State at 3 o'clock on Saturday. And then we'll wrap up that series with a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Montez steps in. He lined out to center field his first time up. First pitch from Gray is a strike. And it's 0-1. Two hits now for Columbus State in the contest. Armstrong Atlantic has just 1 hit. That coming from Alex Weish back in the first inning. Fastball is high and outside making it 1-1. One pitch, big swing and a miss by Montez. And it's now 1-2. Throw, and the Pirates have Lepschitz picked off. 1, 3, 4, 1, 6. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the third, scoreless between the Pirates and the Cougars. Nine 1-2 hitters in the order for Armstrong Atlantic against Anthony Arrington, who has now thrown 10 career shutout innings in Pirate Field in his career. He starts off Michael Price with a strike. Price 3 for 7 in the doubleheader yesterday, hitting .375 on the season. Arrington threw 8 innings of shutout ball against the Pirates, as there's a ground ball to second. Lepschitz up with it, throws over to first, and there's one away. He won an 8-0 contest against the Pirates 2 years ago in the conference series. As we go back to the top of the order, Josh Wilson, a strikeout victim of Arrington in the first, steps in. Swings and fouls off the sinking fastball by Arrington. And it's 0-1. Arrington stands 6'6", 190 pounds, tallest player on the Columbus State roster. As there's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Line drive, stabbed by the third baseman Martin, but then he throws high to the bag. Nice play by the first baseman Morrison to record the out. And I'm not sure how Martin was able to snag that one. That was a bullet to third. But Martin better check his webbing on the glove. But a fine defensive play by the Cougars, and there's 2 away. Juan Dorado dumps one into right field, and it gets past Bowen. Dorado is going to dig for 3, and they will not throw, and Dorado is going to have the Pirates with a runner at third and 2 out. As Alex Weiss steps in, the owner of the only other hit today for the Pirates, singled in the first. Takes a first pitch strike from Arrington, and it's 0-1. That triple for Dorado, his 6th of the season, which now leads the team. And the next pitch to Weiss is inside for a ball, making it 1-1. Well, the Pirates scored all 3 runs in yesterday's second game with a 2-out rally. And the way that Arrington's been pitching so far, the Pirates are going to have to come up with another clutch 2-out hit if they want to break through against the tall righty for the Cougars. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Weiss. The pitch from Arrington fouled at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So for the second straight inning, Arrington strikes out. The last batter to get out of the jam. Pirates get a hit, but nothing else. We go to the top of the 4th, scoreless here at Pirate Field. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State. Game 3 of this Peach Belt Conference series. Scoreless here as the top of the order, Alex Montez, is at the plate. He was at the plate in the top of the 3rd when Thomas Gray picked off Jake Lepchitz for his 3rd pickoff of the year, ending the inning. So Montez gets a second crack at Gray. He lined out to center his first time up against a Pirate right-hander. First pitch from Gray is high for ball 1. Thomas joined the Pirates from Tennessee Tech, where he pitched for 1 season. As the 1-0 pitch is fouled off, making it 1-1. Gray pitched his freshman year in junior college. At Chattanooga State Community College, he was the conference freshman of the year for the Tigers. Went 14-2 with a 2.80 earned run average. Last year with Tennessee Tech, he was 5-4 with a 5.37 ERA. The 2-1 pitch fouled back to the screen, making it 2-2. And this year he's been outstanding for the Pirates. 6-3 with a 2.92 earned run average, 66 strikeouts in 77 innings. 2-2 pitch. High chopper to second. And no chance really for Cardozo Oquendo to make a play on that one. It's a hit for Montez. And the Cougars have the leadoff runner on. That will bring up Eric Skinner, the shortstop, singled off of Gray in the first, but was then erased on a 4-6-3 double play that ended the first inning for the Pirates. Shows bunt, bunts it to first. Go to second to get the lead runner, and they do. Montez is out. 3-6. And Skinner takes his place at first. And that brings up Thomas Morrison, who grounded into the 4-6-3 double play in the first inning. It was actually a hit and run. The Cougars sent Skinner, but the pitch was hit right to Carlos Cardozo Oquendo at second base. First pitch from Gray is low for ball one. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Columbus State. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Armstrong Atlantic. We are in the top of the 4th inning here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in Savannah. Fly ball into right field. Alex Weish moves to his right, makes the play for out number 2. That brings up Wes Atkins, the left fielder, flew out to center field his first time up. Gray's first pitch hits him. Came in and hit Atkins on the elbow. So for the first time today for either team, Columbus State has a pair of base runners on as Aaron Beasley steps to the plate. Beasley was a strikeout victim of Gray in the second. Gray's first pitch is popped up. Very shallow left field. Juan Dorado backing up, makes the grab, and that retires the side. The Cougars put 2 on, but the Pirates get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State. No score from Savannah. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State scoreless in the bottom of the 4th. Anthony Arrington in control so far. He's given up just a pair of hits through 3 innings. And he faces Kenny Cale, Drew Walker, and John Roberts here in the bottom of the fourth. Arrington's only win in league play this year was a 6-1 win at Francis Marion, as that first pitch is outside. Francis Marion was ranked 15th in the country at the time. His only Peach Belt loss, a 7-1 loss at Lander. Next pitch is low, and it's 2-1. Arrington threw 8 innings against Georgia College last Sunday. Gave up just 4 hits and 3 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 6, but he was not involved in the decision as Columbus State had to come from behind and win that game in the bottom of the 10th. UNC Pembroke still leads Georgia College. It's now 2-0 in the bottom of the third inning from Pembroke. Two-two pitch to Cale, hits him. So the Pirates get the leadoff runner on as Kenny Cale is hit by the pitch, and that is the second time this weekend that Cale's been hit by a pitch. And it gives the Pirates the leadoff runner on for Drew Walker, who led off the second inning with a walk in his previous plate appearance. Arrington's first pitch is letter high for a strike. Throw over to first, but Cale back to the bag. Still have not seen a stolen base attempt by either team this weekend. Seen a couple of hit and run plays, but nothing working on the base pass. Ground ball to short. This could be 2. Over to second for 1. On to first. It's high, and they tag Walker. Again, Morrison able to snag the high throw and come down and tag Walker. There's probably the only chance where if Walker had slid into first, he would have been safe because that tag came right on his shoulder. Unfortunately for the Pirates, though, a double play erases the base runner, and there's now 2 down for John Roberts. Ground ball. This is a tough play. Tries to barehand it, does Skinner, and that'll be an infield hit for Roberts. Pirates have a runner on with 2 down for Justin Harris, who grounded out to short his first time up. Harris hitting .286 on the season. No homers, 4 runs driven in. Fouls off the first pitch over towards the Columbus State dugout for strike 1. The freshman from Ringgold, high school teammate of Drew Walker. Swings and misses at the pitch in the dirt, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, taken for a ball. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch is outside for a ball. 2-2 pitch is inside. I'm not sure how that one missed Harris. Slutsky had to come way to the left to glove it, but the count is now full on the Pirates' designated hitter. The 3-2 pitch grounded through the hole. That's into left field for a base hit. Walker will, or actually it's bobbled by the left fielder, Atkins, but he gets it in where Roberts cannot advance. But it's back-to-back hits for the Pirates. And they have a runner at second, a runner at first for Carlos Cardozo-Oquendo, who struck out against Arrington in the second. First pitch to Cardozo-Oquendo is high for ball one. Carlos hitting .245 now on the year. The junior transfer from Georgia State University in his second year with the Pirates. Hits a ground ball to short. Skinner will go to second, and that will retire the side. Pirates get a pair of hits, but a double play ball helps the Cougars get out of the inning. We are through 4 here at Pirate Field, scoreless between the Pirates and the Cougars. Top of the 5th inning we go. Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State. What you would expect to happen after yesterday is happening. Just not a lot of offense with Thomas Gray and Anthony Arrington both pitching spectacularly here. Yesterday's second game we had no score until the 7th inning, and in the first game it was a 1-0 score until the 7th inning. Brad Bowen, the right fielder, leads things off for Columbus State. Popped out to the second baseman, Carlos Cardozo-Oquendo, his first time up. Swings and misses at the changeup for strike one. Bowen now 2 for 9 on the weekend. One of 5 left-handed hitters in the lineup for Columbus State this afternoon. Swings and misses at the high pitch, and it's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Gray. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 straight pitches. Swung on and missed by Bowen. That's the second strikeout for Gray in the first out of the inning. That brings up the third baseman, Chris Martin. Flew out to left field his first time up. Gray's first pitch to him is high for ball one. UNC Pembroke led 3-1 after 3 innings, but Georgia College has gotten back-to-back home runs by Derek Johns and Buddy Elmore, and it's now 3-2. Foul ball over towards the Columbus State dugout. Kenny Cale makes the play over the fence into the Columbus State dugout for the second out of the inning. And I tell you what, the first baseman in today's contest have been flashing the glove. We've seen Thomas Morrison for Columbus State with a pair of nice plays at first base, reaching up and tracking down high throws from his infielders. Now Kenny Cale does one better, going into the Columbus State dugout and coming out with a foul ball out. There's 2 down for the catcher, Jeremy Slutsky, who is grounded out to third his first time up. First pitch from Gray is low for ball one. Slutsky is now 2 for 5 this weekend after catching game 2. He appeared as a pinch hitter in game number 1. Fouls off the 1-0 pitch, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Gray, grounded to short. Dorado has to wait for it. Throws onto first, and 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars. We go the bottom of the 5th. Still no score in Savannah. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic and Columbus State, another pitcher's duel in a weekend of pitcher's duels between the Pirates and the Cougars. Michael Price, Josh Wilson, and Juan Dorado to face Anthony Arrington here in the bottom of the 5th. Price grounded out to second his first time up, hitting .372 on the year. Arrington's first pitch is knee-high for a strike, and it's 0-1. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Columbus State. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for Armstrong Atlantic. Through 4.5. Off-speed pitch is inside for a ball. And it's 1-1. Another pitch, this time outside, and it's 2-1. And then that pitch is high, so Arrington in danger of walking his second batter of the game. He's given up 4 hits. He has hit a batter, and he has also walked a batter. But so far, the base runners have not come around to score as Price draws a leadoff walk. Pirates have had the leadoff runner on now in 3 of their 5 innings in this ball game, as Josh Wilson, who scorched a ball to third his last time up. Chris Martin, with quick reflexes, able to snag it. Runner goes in the first pitch. It's a hit and run, and the throw sails over everyone and goes into center field. Throw to third is not in time, and the Pirates have a runner at third with nobody out on the stolen base and the errant throw by Slutsky. So Wilson now with a golden RBI opportunity. Runner at third, nobody out. For Price, that is his 6th stolen base of the year. And that's the first attempted steal for either team this whole weekend. And for the Pirates, it couldn't have come at a bigger time. Bunner to, there go the plate, not in time, and the Pirates are going to get on the scoreboard on the bunt by Wilson, who drives home Price with the first run of the ball game. And we're going to get a visit to the mound by Greg Appleton, the head coach of Columbus State, as the Pirates have pushed across the first run of the ball game, and they lead it 1-0. Pete, you came at the right time. Why couldn't you come earlier? So Juan Dorado is at the plate now. Pirates with 1 run in. Josh Wilson on at first with nobody out. And he bunts this one to the pitcher, Arrington. Arrington will flip it to first. The sacrifice is successful, moving Wilson into scoring position. And for Dorado, that's his 33rd sacrifice hit of the season. Again, one more to tie the all-division record for a single season. Alex Weish now at the plate. Strikeout victim of Arrington in the third, singled in the first. He bats with Josh Wilson on at second, and 1 out. First pitch is low for ball 1. One ball, one strike, the count on Alex Weish, former SIAC Player of the Year at Albany State. Came to the Pirates from Abraham Baldwin. Swings and hits one to short. Skinner up with it, throws on to first, and there's 2 away. Wilson moves to third. And Kenny Cale comes to the plate. Cale was hit by a pitch his last time up. He is 0 for 1 in this contest. And for the 3rd straight inning, the Pirates have a runner at second and 2 outs. Arrington able to come up with strikeouts to end those innings. And then with runners at first and second, ground ball up the middle. This could be a tough play. Skinner up with it, throws to first. It's not in time. And the Pirates plate the second run of the game on an infield single by Kenny Cale. So 2 runs in the inning for the Pirates as they lead at 2-0. Drew Walker steps in 0 for 1 with a walk. He is also grounded into a double play. First pitch is a strike. The Pirates have actually plated 2 runs, and the only time the ball left the infield is when the errant throw from Slutsky at catcher went into center field, allowing Michael Price to move from second to third. Foul ball off the end of Walker's bat makes it 0-2. So small ball coming up big for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th. Line drive into right field. That is a base hit for Walker. Moving to third is Cale. And the Pirates have runners at the corners on the sharp line drive single by Walker. Now John Roberts steps to the plate. He singled his last time up against Arrington. He also executed a successful sacrifice, so he is 1 for 1 officially today. First pitch is grounded through the hole. Skinner throws to second, but the throw is awry. Pirates are going to try and score one here. Throw to the plate is not in time. And it's now 3-0. Cale and Walker both score on that play. So it's now 4-0. Walker comes all the way around from first on the errant throw by the shortstop Skinner. And Justin Harris is now at the plate. He takes a pitch low for ball 1. Credit an infield single to Roberts and a 2-base error on the shortstop Skinner to allow Walker to score and Roberts to reach third. Fly ball into left center field. This one is carrying, and this one is up against the fence. Another run scores, and Harris will pull up into second base with an RBI double, and it is now 5-0. Four straight hits for the Pirates off of Arrington here in the 5th. And now Carlos Cardozo Oquendo steps to the plate. And he looks at ball 1. Activity now in the Columbus State bullpen, as a left-hander begins to loosen up. But the Pirates have put up 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. Swinging a foul ball at the plate by Carlos, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Arrington. Fly ball into right field. Should be no trouble for Bowen. He backs up a couple of steps, makes the play, and that retires the side. But the Pirates strike first with 5 runs. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 5-0 Armstrong Atlantic. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Pirates leading at 5-0. 9-1 two hitters in the order for the Cougars against Thomas Gray as Jake Lepchitz leads things off. Singled in his first at-bat back in the 3rd inning. He is 2 for 3 this weekend. The left-hander warming up in the Columbus State bullpen is Chris Snipes, as there's a fly ball into center field. Michael Price drifts over, makes the catch for out number 1. So now we go back to the top of the order. Alex Montez, the center fielder, snapped an 0 for 9 string in this series with a single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Gray's first pitch is outside for ball 1. Swinging a ground ball to short. Dorado up with it. Throws on to first, and there's 2 away. That brings up Eric Skinner. Hit into a fielder's choice on a sacrifice attempt his last time up. He is 1 for 2 today. Looks at a letter high strike from Thomas Gray, and it's 0-1. Skinner is 4 for 10 now in the weekend series with a double. Fastball fouled back to the screen. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Gray. Poked foul. Skinner protecting the plate. And the 0-2 pitch here is down in the dirt for a ball. 1-2 pitch, chopped to second. Cardozo-Oquendo flips to first in time, and 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Pirates lead it 5-0. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Michael Price leads things off. He led off the 5-run 5th inning by drawing a leadoff walk from Anthony Arrington and then scoring. Pokes one to second here. Lepschitz to first is in time, and there's one away. So now we go back to the top of the order for Josh Wilson. Wilson bunted home Price with a bunt single to first. His last time up, he is 1 for 3 today and 5 for 11 in the series. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Five runs on 9 hits for the Pirates this afternoon. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Cougars, as it has been a weekend series of big innings for the Pirates. In the 10-0 win in Game 1, they scored 5 in the 7th and 4 in the 8th in a 10-0 victory. In Game 2, it was a 3-run 7th. The only difference in a 3-0 win, and here, Pirates with 5 runs in the 5th. 2-2 pitch upcoming from Arrington to Wilson. It's called strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning. Juan Dorado steps to the plate now. He looks at a first pitch strike from Arrington. We've received word that the Peach Belt Conference men's and women's tennis championship matches have been moved to an indoor facility, as there's a ground ball to short. Skinner up with it, throws on to first. In time, 3 up, 3 down, go the Pirates. And we'll tell you about the tennis when we come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Armstrong Atlantic leads Columbus State 5-0. 3, 4, 5 hitters in the order for the Cougars to face Thomas Gray in the 7th. Thomas Morrison, who flew out to right field his last time up, steps to the plate. The lefty first baseman 0 for 2 today and 2 for 9 in the series. Gray's first pitch is a strike to Morrison, and it's 0-1. The Armstrong Atlantic men's and women's tennis teams in action at the Peach Belt Conference tournament as a looper to third is caught by Drew Walker for the first out of the inning. Jonesboro, the Clayton County Tennis Center, soaked by rain today, so they have now moved the tennis championship matches to an indoor facility in Norcross, Georgia. And they will begin the championship matches at 4 o'clock in Norcross. The Pirates and the Lady Pirates looking to defend their Peach Belt Conference tournament titles today. Wes Atkins looks at a breaking ball strike from Thomas Gray, and it's 0-1. Atkins was hit by a Gray pitch his last time to the plate. Swings and hits a ground ball snagged by Kenny Cale at first. He walks over and steps on the bag for out number 2. And another fine defensive play by Kenny Cale, retiring Atkins unassisted. Two down now for Aaron Beasley, the designated hitter. 0 for 2 in this game. And 1 for 6 in the series. Tries to bunt his way on, but bunts it foul down the third base side for strike 1. UNC Pembroke now leads Georgia College 7-2 in the 5th inning, looking to win that series over the first place Bobcats. Georgia College ranked in the top 10 in the nation. The 0-1 pitch from Gray outside, and it's 1-1. One pitch, strike, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch, that is high for a ball. And it makes the count 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is a little low, so Beasley works a full count against Thomas Gray. Three-two pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the changeup. And 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars in the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's the 7th inning stretch. Stand up wherever you are. Pirates lead it 5-0. Alex Weish leads off the bottom of the 7th inning for Armstrong Atlantic. It'll be Weish, Kale, and Walker to face Anthony Arrington. And Weish swings and misses at the first pitch from Arrington here. It's 0-1. Weish is 1 for 3 today. 5 for 12 in the weekend series, as the next pitch is low, and he's extended his hitting streak to 11 games with the first inning single today. Swinging a single into center field for Weish. He is 2 for 4 as he dumps that one in front of Montez for the Pirates' 10th hit of the ball game. And the Pirates have the leadoff runner on for Kenny Kale, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Throw to first, but Weish back to the bag. Fly ball in the center field. Coming on, making the catch is Montez for out number 1. And that will bring up Drew Walker, who is 1 for 2 today, singled and scored in that 5-run 5th inning. Arrington again throws over to first, but Weish back safely. The Pirates looking to pick up their second Peach Bowl Conference sweep of the season. The Pirates swept Georgia Southwestern here on March 21st and 22nd. Pirates were swept by Georgia College, lost 2 out of 3 to Francis Marion, but they won 2 out of 3 against Pembroke, were swept by Aiken, and lost 2 out of 3 to North Georgia. But this would give the Pirates some momentum going into the final 2 conference series of the year, as the Pirates looking to play their way into the Peach Bowl Conference tournament. Foul ball on the 1-1 pitch by Walker makes it 1-2. Currently in the standings as they stand today, the Pirates are 7th in the league standings. But a win today would move them ahead of Columbus State up to 6th. 1-2 pitch, runner goes. It's a hit and run, and Walker fouls off the pitch out of play. Bottom of the 7th, Pirates lead it 5-0. Weish leads away from first. And the throw over to first by Arrington again chases him back to the bag. Swinging a ground ball to second. They go to short for 1. Not enough time to turn the double play. But Lepchitz hooks up with Skinner for the lead runner, and the fielder's choice puts Walker on first and brings up John Roberts. Roberts is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Drove in a run with a single his last time up. Swings and hits a high fly ball in the left field. Should be no trouble for Atkins. He comes in, makes the grab, and that retires the side. The Pirates get a hit, but nothing else. We are through 7 here at Pirate Field. It's 5-0 Armstrong Atlantic. We move to the top of the 8th inning here at Pirate Field, and Thomas Gray set to face hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the Columbus State order, as Brad Bowen leads things off. Bowen 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. Gray's first pitch to Bowen is outside for ball 1. UNC Pembroke continues to lead Georgia College 7-2. That game now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-1. Fly ball foul over the Armstrong Atlantic dugout behind us, out of play. And that brings the count to 1-2. One-two pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Bowen is out on strikes for a second straight at bat. And there's one away. That brings up the third baseman, Chris Martin. Fouled out to first baseman Kenny Cale when Kenny Cale went into the Columbus State dugout. Leaned over the fence and robbed Martin of additional time at bat. Martin fouls off the first pitch here for strike 1. Cale's come up big with a couple of good defensive plays at first. Swing and a miss by Martin, and it's 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Thomas Gray is low for a ball, and it's 1-2. Again, the Pirates will host Augusta State this coming weekend with a 3-game Peach Bowl Conference Series, a single game on Saturday and a doubleheader on Sunday. And then the Pirates will wrap up their home schedule with a 3 o'clock Tuesday game on April 28th against Erskine. Pirates will then travel to Lander for their final Peach Belt series of the season. Hopefully, by that time, the Pirates will have assured themselves of a spot in the Peach Belt tournament, but they might have to go into Lander and win a couple over the Bearcats to make that possible. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Chris Martin. The pitch from Thomas Gray is fouled back to the screen. The payoff pitch again from Gray is low, ball 4. And Thomas Gray walks his first batter of the ball game. And it brings up the catcher, Jeremy Slutsky, who has grounded out twice in this contest. Once to short, once to third. Slutsky went 2 for 4 in yesterday's doubleheader, so he's 2 for 6 this weekend. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. There is activity in the Armstrong Atlantic bullpen. 7 1/3 innings for Gray. This is the longest outing he's had against a Peach Belt Conference foe. He also threw 7 1/3 against USC Aiken a couple of weeks ago. Swing and a foul back to the screen makes it 1-1. His longest outing of the season was a 9-1 win over California, University of Pennsylvania, where he threw 8 innings of 5-hit ball, gave up 1 unearned run in that victory. The 1-1 pitch is high and inside, and it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Gray is swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And Gray strikes out Slutsky for the second out of the inning. Fifth strikeout of the game for Gray. And with 2 down, the second baseman Jake Lepchitz comes to the plate. 1 for 2 in this game. And 2 for 4 this weekend. Gray's first pitch is high for ball 1. Next pitch is outside, so Gray's starting to fall behind hitters now. Maybe tiring just a little bit. Martin leads away from first. The 2-0 pitch is a strike, and it's 2-1. Fly ball foul down the left side. That will get out of play. And it's now 2-2. Ryan Smith is the left-hander warming up in the bullpen for Armstrong Atlantic. He saved both games of yesterday's doubleheader for the Pirates. Hard to believe that someone would get a save in a 10-0 game, but when he entered the game, it was a 1-0 contest in the 7th. Pirates were able to pile on runs late, but he held the Cougars scoreless over 2 2/3 innings. And then Pert worked a shutout 9th in game 2. Two balls, two strikes. The pitch from Gray. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates lead it 5-0. Designated hitter Justin Harris leads off the bottom of the 8th inning against Anthony Arrington. Arrington still in the ball game, trailing 5-0, but it was just one bad inning for Arrington as the Pirates touched him for 5 hits and 5 runs. There's a shot to deep left field. This one will be caught just before the warning track by the left fielder Atkins for out number 1. That one probably sounded a lot more sharply hit than it looked off the bat of Harris. So that's the first out of the inning, and Carlos Cardoza Oquendo comes to the plate now. The Pirates' second baseman 0 for 3 today. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Carlos flew out to right his last time up. He has also struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. Swings and misses at the off-speed pitch here, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, Arrington drops sidearm and throws that in the dirt for ball 1. Ground ball to short. Skinner up with it. Throws on to first, and there's 2 away. And that will bring up Michael Price, the center fielder. 0 for 2 with a walk. He has also scored a run. Takes a pitch low from Arrington for ball 1. Swings and lifts one into center field. This one's tailing away from Montez, and it will drop for a base hit. Price will pull up into second base with a double to center field. Montez was off on a run as soon as that ball was hit, but it tailed away from the Cougars center fielder and dropped about 3 feet in front of him. So the Pirates have a runner at second with 2 out for Josh Wilson. Wilson looks at a pitch inside for ball 1. Josh has struck out twice against Arrington, once looking, once swinging. He has also grounded out and delivered a bunt RBI single. Next pitch is down and away, and it's 2-0. Swinging a ground ball foul over towards the Pirates dugout, makes it 2-1. And a check swing and a miss by Wilson brings the count to 2-2. Two-two pitch called, strike 3, and that ends the inning. Arrington strands Price at second, but we go to the top of the ninth. Pirates lead it 5-0. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic 3 outs away from a Peach Belt Conference Series sweep of Columbus State. And the Pirates have turned to left-handed reliever Ryan Smith to try and close this one out. It's not a save situation for Smith, who recorded 2 saves yesterday. But he faces the top of the Columbus State order. Alex Montez, Eric Skinner, and Thomas Morrison. First pitch from Smith to Montez is a strike. Alex Montez is 1 for 3 today. Grounded out his last time up. Breaking ball hit into very, very shallow center field. There's nobody around it. It's going to drop for a base hit. Just a perfectly placed ball by Montez. And the Cougars have the leadoff runner on. Thomas Gray went 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 6. And if he picks up the win today, it will be his first victory since he beat Georgia Southwestern back on March 22nd. Throw over to first. but Montez back to the bag. Eric Skinner is at the plate, the shortstop for the Cougars. 1 for 3 in today's game. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. Smith making his team-high 21st appearance of the year. 5-2 with a 2.57 ERA and 6 saves, 49 innings pitched. 34 hits now given up, 17 walks and 40 strikeouts. Breaking ball by Smith is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. 5-0 Pirates lead. They scored 5 runs in the 5th inning. And that's where we stand. Fastball strike at the knees to Skinner, and it's 2-1. UNC Pembroke now leads Georgia College 8-2. Bunt to third, but the runner Skinner fell down on his way to first base, so it ends up being an easy play for Walker to throw out Skinner at first. So that's the first out of the inning. Montez moves to second. And it's been that kind of a weekend for the Cougars. It was a good bunt. It took Walker by surprise, but Skinner just lost his footing and fell to the ground right out of the batter's box. So now Morrison, Thomas Morrison, the first baseman, steps in, lined out to third base his last time up. He is 0 for 3 today. Smith's first pitch is inside for ball 1. Knee-high strike from Smith makes the count 1-1. Smith checks the runner at second. The 1-1 pitch lined into left field, and that will fall just foul. It was tailing away from Wilson, and it hit probably foul by about a foot. So the 1-2 delivery from Ryan Smith. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And the Cougars are down to their final out. And it is the left fielder Wes Atkins, who is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out unassisted to Kenny Cale his last time up. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. Swinging a fly ball into right field. Alex Weiss settles underneath it, makes the catch, and the Pirates win it 5-0. And sweep this Peach Bowl Conference Series from the Cougars without giving up a single run. Thomas Gray is your winner. He improves to 7-3 on the season. Anthony Arrington is the loser. He falls to 2-3, and the Pirates will be next in action on Saturday as we host Augusta State for a Peach Bowl Conference series. 3 o'clock, first pitch between the Pirates and the Jaguars. Chad Jackson saying good afternoon from Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic wins it 5-0.